Welcome in today's video. In today's video, we're going to discuss daily feeding guideline. What you should need to do, or how you should feed your animals on a daily basis. So the guidelines of daily feeding. Here, you have to know which percentage of feed are you going to give your animal based on their live weight. When we talk about the feeding, you should feed your bulls on a scale because you are doing your business for fetching money. So you will have to do all to carry out all your practices under control. So feeding of your bulls, they are mostly being guided by the weights of your bulls, the live weight. So you have to feed your bulls or your cattle for beef farming or for feedlot 3 to 4% of their body weight. When I talk about 3 to 4% of your body, or the body weight, is that you take a bull weighing 200 kg, you take 200 kg, you multiply by 4% of that 200 kg for you now to get the exact amount of feed you are going to feed your cattle. So 4% of 200, that is around 8 kg. Yeah, around 8 kg. 4%. So, okay, 4% of the live weight is the amount of silage, amount of pasture you are going to give your cattle, the amount of fodder. Because for our case, we give fodder from maize, sometimes from napier grass. So 4% of this fodder is what we give our animals. We also give them concentrate, that is the feeds from the factories or the millers, where we give them, sorry, we give them 1.5%. So 1.5 and the fodder is 3 to 4%. It gives you around 5%. Yeah, 5% of the feeds that you are going to feed your animals on daily basis. Another thing is you should divide. Huh? You should divide the feeding of these animals into two. Yeah, you decide, okay, you should feed these cattle early in the morning, maybe around 8 a.m. and around 2 p.m. during daytime. The reason is when you feed at 2 p.m. at 2 a, sorry at 8 a.m. in the morning, these cattle, they'll feed they will consume the feed like just 2 hours. That is from 8 to 10. They will be feeding from 10 to 2. These animals will be resting. The time these animals are resting is now the time the digestion process taking place. Remember, the feed is already fermented, so the process of digestion will be very quick. Thus, the animals gaining more weight because these animals, they have enough time to relax, to do what now, to have enough time to digest the feeds. Another thing is maintain consistent feeding time. Yeah, maintain consistent feeding time. Firstly, I said what? Firstly, I said ratio feeding. Secondly, I've talked about feed your animals twice a day. Thirdly, is maintain accurate or correct feeding time, consistency, that is. If you are giving your animals feeds at 8 a.m., always feed those animals 8 a.m. till the day you'll cull them, or the day you'll sell them. You know, when you set this animal in a routine management, whereby by 8 a.m. they should be feeding. So the system of these animals, these bulls, it will be in order. And the bull or the cattle will be knowing that this time is the time for me to eat. This time is the time for me to relax. So that consistency in the time gives the bull enough time and enough. Okay, the bulls now gets more. Okay, the system of the cow is now in the way that it will know this is the time of feeding, this is the time of relaxing. So we should keep consistency in time. Power, power. Sorry for that. Another thing is shelter. Shelter. Provide adequate shelter. As you can see behind me, there is a shelter that I've constructed above the feeding area. This shelter assists or helps to protect water from getting into the feeding troughs, control the manure from entering into the feeding troughs, provides shade during daytime. The shade from this shelter comes where the bulls are less resting. So shelter is another thing that should do what? Try our best to provide in your pens. Sometimes there is harsh environments, harsh conditions, so these animals will need some time to have an area that is low, that is a bit okay with them. Another thing is maintain comfortable environment. When we talk about maintaining comfortable environment, here we have few things that we need to do. Maintain comfortable environment. The environment is that the area should not be lacking fresh air. So free air circulation, cleanliness, because if keep your pens more mud, no cleanliness, you'll find there will be accumulation of pests and diseases. So cleanliness, ventilation, low risk of fighting. The bulls should be of the same size for you to control the effect. So all that should be done, should be checked. So lastly, we're going to talk about is monitor feed intake and adjust timely. Monitor feed intake and adjust accordingly. So feed intake for our case, feed intake, you should do what? Monitor. Because you can find these bulls, day one, or the first week when they arrived at your farm, they were consuming 20 kg a day. You should adjust this feed as the animals grow. First week, maybe they came in with a weight that allowed them to feed the 20 kg. Second week, they have gained some good weight. As they gain weight, you should also increase the feeds. Yeah. So you should monitor their feeding. I think about monitoring their feeding, it tells you if this animal is lacking appetite, this animal is okay, this animal is healthy. Because all these you can know when the time during the time of feeding, because this animal will be lacking appetite. So monitor the feeding of these bulls. Will that monitoring of the feeding will have a lot to show you about the health status of the bulls or the cattle. So these are the few guidelines that you should know for the feeding of these bulls. So feeding, you should have some routine management. That is the not the feeding percentage of these bulls. Feed them timely, feed them twice a day. You see how these bulls are very comfortable. These bulls are very, very much friendly. They don't fight, as you can see. I like them. They are very good bulls. As you can see, this bull is weighing more than 350 kg. That is a good weight. As you can see, the bull is full and good. So let us do our level best in terms of beef farming, because there's too much. The population is growing and people are always eating meat. Too much hotels, too much restaurants, too much demand of meat locally and internationally. So we try our best to venture into beef farming for both livestock, all livestock, that is sheep, goat, and cattle. Even camel, you can do feed lot for camel and do it